Colin Cowherd gives legitimacy to the anti-Caitlin feeling over the Olympic Committee and Caitlin's Team USA. Many saw this year's roster as the NBA's dream team, meaning that in the same way that MJ and the Olympic team made basketball popular worldwide, people thought that Caitlin and the team could do the same for the women's game. It was confusing to see her name not on the original roster, but now the committee has the chance to make amends.
Diana Taurasi is injured, and it may open the door for Caitlin Clark to make the Olympic team.
Now this would be kind of ironic if you guys recall when Caitlin joined the league. Diana Taurasi told everyone straight out that she was going to have a rude awakening. She said, "You look superhumanum playing against some 18-year-old, but you're going to play with some grown women who have been playing professional basketball for a long time." Taurasi received a lot of backlash for this remark. Many fans called her a hater and said she was just envious of Caitlin, who is undoubtedly the new face of the WNBA. However, Taurasi went on to reiterate her remarks and even called those fans sensitive. Naturally, Kin got the last lap when they faced off, and she finished with a nearly triple-double, scoring 15 points. 12 assists and 9 rebounds. Thereafter, Taurasi changed her tune and applauded Caitlin's game.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. What Caitlin's been able to do in her short career so far has just been nothing short of remarkable. The one thing that I really love about her, she loves the game. You can tell she's put the work in. And even, throughout, her short WNBA career, it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her, and she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game. So her future is super bright.
Therefore, it would make sense to have Caitlin replace Taurasi if she is unable to travel to Paris. Her popularity is undeniable. She received the most votes for the All-Star game, and it wasn't even close. She received over 700,000 votes. Compare that to A'ja Wilson, who received 96,000 votes last year, and you can see how ridiculous Caitlin's popularity is. However, it appears that the WNBA is failing to capitalize on Caitlin.
They knew a year out she could be the #1 pick. They give her the toughest early schedule in the league over any other team. And remember, the Indiana Fever were the worst team. So she comes in, they start 1-8. They put nothing but quality veteran teams that had been in the playoffs. Terrible start.
To make matters worse, the league had to rush to make room for Caitlin and her supporters. For instance, the Las Vegas Aces, the wildly popular champions, moved their July 2nd game against Clark's Fever from their home to a larger 18,000 capacity venue. The Los Angeles Sparks, who had originally planned to play their first 5 home games at Long Beach State due to renovations at their usual stadium, moved 3 games, including a May 24th meeting with the Fever from the Colgate facility back to the arena they share with the Lakers. If that wasn't bad enough, it appears that the WNBA and Olympic Committee are actively.
Then the league got, this is what happens sometimes with soccer fans. They feel ignored, and WA fans feel ignored, so they get very precious, very tribal, very insular. She's not going to make the USA women's basketball Olympic team, and you're like, are you crazy?
Using hashtags like #12 teams and hashtag the W is more than one player, Olympic team coach Cheryl Reeve took to X to promote an upcoming Lynx preseason game. At the same time, she expressed her displeasure by calling out the lack of broadcasting availability for games that did not include star rookies, so it is obvious that she has something against Caitlin. Later, when the Olympic roster was released and Caitlin did not make the cut, Drew criticized her and questioned whether or not experience and rookies rarely make the team, even when they do participate in the entire pre-selection process, so it sounds like a bunch of made-up nonsense to appease other players. Caitlin wasn't at training camp because she was playing March Madness and didn't play particularly well during the first few weeks of the WNBA season.
A lot of sycophants in the media. They feel like the sport's been ignored, so they're part of the brigade to support it, and that's fine. But let's be honest about it. The sport made a terrible decision on the Olympic team. The scheduling early, even though they knew she was coming out and probably going to be a #1 pick a year earlier, about the time they were making schedule.
Caitlin has already proved all of the doubters wrong. She is the first WNBA rookie ever to record a triple-double, plus she became the first player in Fever franchise history to achieve a triple-double. She leads all rookies in scoring and assists and is third in the league in the latter category. She became the fastest WNBA rookie to surpass 100 points and 50 assists, which she did in just 8 games. She is the fastest WNBA player to record 150 career assists since 1998. She also had 7 first-quarter assists in a recent game, which broke a franchise record. She now has the Fever record for both assist in a single quarter and assist in a single game, and these are just on-court records. If you're talking about off-that-court stuff like ratings, jersey sales, and endorsements, there really is no one like Caitlin in women's basketball. Heck, when it comes to those types of things, Caitlin is up there with the NBA elite. That's how incredible she is. This is why the Olympic Committee cannot make the same mistake twice regarding her.
Like, now you made a big mistake the first time not putting her on the Olympic team. Don't double down on dumb. Get her on the team. Give us a reason to watch the Olympic women's team. You guys win gold every year. Your competition's weak. You win it every year. Give us a reason. Quadruple your television rating.
Now Cowherd has a very good argument here. The women's Olympic competition isn't the same as the men's in the men's game. The rest of the world is really catching up to them. This is why we see close games and have seen American players lose in the Olympics and the World Cup. However, in the women's domain, no team even comes close to threatening America for that top spot. The last time they lost in a major tournament was in 2006. Prior to that, it was in 1992. They have won gold in the Olympics the last 7 times. They are clear favorites to win gold once again, so why not add to the popularity of the game and put in the biggest superstar in women's basketball history?
Promoting not only the other women on the team that could get endorsements, but promoting your sport. There's a reason that top movie stars and top athletes use the same 4 or 5 agents, because they can handle it. They don't get overwhelmed. Women's basketball is spelled overwhelmed here. You got your Conor McGregor.
After the completion of her college career, Caitlin was proclaimed the GOAT of TV ratings by the Wall Street Journal, which said that her impact on television viewership exceeded any other modern athlete. On December 4, 2002, Caitlin's regular season debut against the Connecticut Sun was the most watched WNBA game since 2002. On May 18th, her game against the New York Liberty set the league's ABC viewership record with 1.71 million viewers. The next week, Clark's game set WNBA viewership marks on ESPN ION and NBA TV. Caitlin's name is attached to all the new record-breaking incidents out of the 13 new viewership records this season. Caitlin and the Indiana Fever were featured in the Minnesota Lynx vs. New York Liberty game in late May 12th, which was the only game in which Clark did not participate.
Basketball terms, this is a layup. In NBA terms, it's a slam dunk. If you can get her on the Olympic team, you missed the first time, do it the second time. You're doing yourself a favor. Don't get in the way of yourself.
Therefore, it is unbelievable that this is even a topic of discussion. If you ask anyone outside of the committee, it would be incomprehensible to exclude Caitlin from the Olympic squad, but for some reason, this problem has grown out of control. Caitlin doesn't replace Terasai on the team, then you really have to wonder if there is an anti-Caitlin sentiment in the league. Now this would be absurd because she is raising not only the level of the women's game but is bringing in more money than ever before. But who knows, with the way the media and the WNBA vets are trying their hardest to prop up Angel Reese as the Rookie of the Year over Caitlin, maybe they don't want their sport to succeed and garner more popularity. Perhaps they are content with barely staying afloat and earning the bare minimum. Otherwise they would be championing for Caitlin to get on the roster like everyone outside of the WNBA is doing. Hopefully they do the right thing and give Caitlin what she has earned. And before we wrap this up, let's take a moment to really understand what's happening in women's basketball right now. Because this is bigger than one roster, one committee, or one Olympic cycle. This is about the future of the sport. For the first time in decades, the WNBA has a player who is pulling in massive TV ratings, breaking every record on and off the court, and bringing new fans to the game. And that player is Caitlin Clark. But instead of using this moment, the league and the Olympic Committee seem to be fighting against it. Whether it's intentional or not, the result is the same. The sport is missing out on a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Look at the numbers. She boosts attendance. She drives jersey sales. She breaks viewership every single week. And she does it while performing under historic pressure. And yet, She was left off Team USA. Was it experience? Was it procedure? Or was it something deeper, something personal? Because the reality is simple. When a superstar is this big, you don't push them away. You build around them. And now the committee has a second chance. Diana Taurasi's injury opens a door that should have never been closed in the first place. If they put Caitlin on the Olympic roster, it won't just boost ratings. It will elevate every woman on that team. More attention, more sponsorships, more fans, more global respect. And if they don't, then we have to start asking real questions about whether this is an anti-Caitlin agenda. Because every fan outside the committee sees it clearly. Leaving her off again would be the biggest mistake in modern women's basketball. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Caitlin Clark should replace Taurasi? Is there favoritism going on? Or do you believe the committee's explanation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading everything. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown like this. We're just getting started, and this story is far from over. This is ERUPTS Studio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.